Good morning, Stampers. Hello, good morning, friends. It's Nemi Batstone here from Nemi's Crafty Cafe in Cooks Creek, Manitoba, 20 minutes northeast of Winnipeg. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for catching the replay. And thank you for saying hi and letting me know where you're from. I've been doing Facebook Lives almost every day consistently. And one thing I've noticed is that my viewers have increased, and so on both YouTube and Facebook. So I would love to hear from you and know where you're coming from. So I'm just trying to get set up here. For some reason, if you're there, say hello, say hi, or comment, because then I'll know you can hear me, because my computer is actually not telling me that it says I'm live, but it also says it's not giving me the actual video. So I'm a little confused as to where I am. Yeah, it's not showing. So I hope I'm on the right page. Yeah, it says I'm live. So why is it not showing? Oh wait, here we go. Okay, I found it. That's weird. Okay, I'm just making sure sound is working, sound's working. So if you're there, please do say hello, then I know I am good. But it looks like I'm live. That's weird. Seems to be a delay. So yesterday I was participating in the virtual card retreat, the first one that Stampin' Up has ever done with the Stampin' Up demonstrators. And right off the hop, Sarah, the CEO, she kicked it off, but it was so choppy. The sound was horrible. And there's a couple demonstrators I was watching live yesterday. Good morning, Christine. And they were having trouble, but they were on YouTube. So at first I thought it was me. Of course, my husband goes, well, are you sure it wasn't you? Just you? And I'm like, no, everybody was commenting. So I wanted to make sure. Brr is right. We are freezing today. I think it's minus 46 this morning or something. Well, actually, no, it had to be less. My less than that, because my kids went to school. So usually if it's with the wind chill minus 45, then they cancel, but they went in. So I want to kick it off. So I was talking about virtual retreat. So today I'm going to share with you some of the cards, but let me just get announcements out of the way. Just a reminder, if you're a demonstrator, you can pre-order now. And I will tell you, my kids play soccer. So I already ordered this sweet collection. It was only 98 bucks, which is awesome. And it comes with all the stuff I've been wanting to have. So you can guarantee this is going into scrapbooking. There is this massive mega sweet collection. This jar is huge, and I've just talked to my coast to coast collaborators, my coast to coast demonstrator team, who I have been having lots of fun working with and getting to know. And we've decided to use this suite for a upcoming launch for a I don't know yet if we're going to do it as a retreat to go, or if anyways, it's going to be a massive class where we're going to have tons of fun stuff with. So that is end of March, after my crawl, because I can't do it before. And if you've ever thought about becoming a hobbyist demonstrator or looking to make a few bucks, I'm always looking for someone in my team. So as part of joining in February 3rd, so you have time to think about it, it's $135 and you pick out $165 worth of stuff. Free shipping. You only have to pay GST because it's required by law. PST is, or which one? Yeah, PST is overruled. And then demonstrators, normally we don't get the join offers. So we do. So you have a small window to make sure you get yours, so you can advertise it. It is $67 and you do get your discount. Cookies, cards, and more, or what did she say? Creativity. Janice offered creativity in the last one. Thank you, Janice. That is an option, but really it's just about escaping, getting away, coming by, relaxing, having some fun. And I've switched it to January 29th at 1:30. I am open to do an evening class if anybody's willing to register. So I think I forgot to put the link yesterday. So you got your cards? Awesome. Very nice. I realized I put the wrong Monday card in your kit when I had both kits sitting beside each other. So I apologize for that. But you still got a card and then the other person got yours. So my bad. And just something to note. We've been running product of the month for 2 months now, so December and January. So when you hit $100 or more, you have to add this to the cart. But when you type in the search bar product of the month and you've never ordered either one, both will pop up. So it's for every 100. So if you wanted to, you could order both if you had a $200 order. If you place two $100 orders, then it's 100. So in February, when the next one launches, which is I think February 3rd, then or 2nd, one of the two, whichever is the first Tuesday, you'll have 3 options to pick from. So, you can then mix and match whichever one, just pick whichever one you want, just FYI. So it's per account, but so once you order it once, you can't order it again. Okay, so I've been participating in virtual card retreat yesterday, and I fell behind because, the problem with having at-home retreats is I don't know if you have these issues, but I don't technically get to just stop life, right? I can't escape, which is why I'm excited about this weekend's crop, because I can. Someone's cooking for me, someone's not, no kids, I don't have to drive kids around, I don't have to do anything. But anyway, because I was interrupted yesterday, I only got 3 cards done, but I want to share them with you. So we didn't do them in order because the pictures don't really justify it, but this is our first one, or one of them. This is the one. So I only ended up doing 3 out of the 7 left yesterday. And then we stamped the inside as well as the envelope. So they're very big on stamping the envelope and inside. And I'm like, I forget about those things. So, we should do that more. This is another one. So this was a great technique to show us. So this is that huge die, but we actually die cut it only on the ends. We didn't actually use the whole die cut in the middle, which was cool. And then we stamped the corner with some techniques, and then we used our color lifter to create those dots. So that was something new I learned and didn't think of. I've used my color lifter to fade color, but I've never used it to create, a look. And then again, we did the card or the envelope as well. I don't know which ones you got done, Christine. But this one, oh my gosh, you definitely here's the thing is they don't give you written tutorials, so you have to just follow along and everything's there. And everything's pre-cut, but some of it we had to die cut. So we had to die cut these, and then she forgot to stamp the inside, so then we had to go back and do that. But this is a trifold, so this is a fun one I can share. I will definitely look at adding and sharing with you here. And then obviously we did some dotting, and then again the envelope as well. So, our Stampin' Up! Envelopes, when you break it down, they work out to 20 cents each, which, seems like a lot when you can get them off Amazon. But the Amazon envelopes, they come with barely any cover. So then you got to figure out how you're going to actually decorate your envelope. And they're also very thin, very see-through, I've noticed. Ours is a bit see-through as well, but not as bad as those, big, huge bulk ones you can get. So you don't fully see it. If I stuck that in an Amazon envelope, I would see through that. So it's just nice to put a piece of paper or something over top when you mail it. That's all I suggest. Okay, and then I figured for Fun Friday today, I thought we would case this one. So, oh, by the way, so there's Corey, Melody, Karen, and then Sarah herself, CEO, who was doing card displays. So these ones I did were from Karen and Melody, and then the last one was Sarah's. And so I thought I would share that one because I'm going to tell you something so funny. Okay, so this is what happened. So with Sarah's card, this is what we're going to make, but I'm going to tweak it using what I have. So we actually heat embossed this big square of 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then we had to heat emboss an entire other square, which was about 3 by 3. And just as I was finishing up this second piece, I noticed I missed spots. So I dabbed it again with my Versamark ink, poured my powder over. You can see where the powder is sitting. Turned on my heat gun and nothing. After 30 years, my heat gun finally died out today. And I'm going to a crop. You know how much heat embossing I need to do at this crop? And I'm like, oh my gosh, my heat tool just died. Good morning, Shell. Well, it's not really good morning, it's a bad morning. So right away I messaged my fellow stampers and said, hey, my heat tool died of all times and I need it for the 2-day crop this weekend. Can I borrow somebody's? And they're like, yeah, we're all bringing ours. So they're bringing, and then Melissa messages and goes, you better be first in line for the garage sale at 10 a.m. because there's a heat tool in there. So I guess she got rid of one of hers or hers. So anyway, I will order a heat tool from Stampin' Up. Finally, after 30 years, it's finally comped out. So I can't show you that technique. But it was a lot. Like, can you imagine? We heat embossed this entire piece instead of using gold foil. So I can't do any heat embossing today. And I really needed to heat emboss this sentiment. So we're going to see what happens if I don't. And I'll need to figure out what ink to use. So would love your opinion on, we're going to use vellum because I want to use this ephemera pack that comes in this suite. I figured we might as well finish the suite off. But I'm like, what am I going to do? What colors can I use or should I use? I know what colors I can use, but you know, if you have suggestions, then that's a piece we have to figure out how to change out. Because everything else we can substitute with gold foil, but I cannot substitute heat embossing on this one. So I thought of that, Shell, too. I thought of using pink ink. So thank you. So maybe, like we have quite a few things to do, so we'll use pink ink, and if anybody else has another suggestion, we'll use another suggestion. So last day to use Lovely and Beautiful. It's not really my last day, but normally I don't really plan on doing this, but I am. So I figured it's Friday, let's just finish it off. So, and plus it's got the gold, and so we're gonna case this one, and I'm gonna show you how we used, so the fun here is using a flip flap, which we sell. They're 3 by 3. This one's 3 by 3, and turning it into a card front. So it's a little shaker card, whatever. Okay. So we're going to pull out the Lovely and Beautiful DSP again. So, just so you know, and I'm going to put that aside because we don't need that. I started packing already, and so I have stuff kind of all over, and I had to pull out again. So, excuse me if I'm just a little slow. And we're going to change it up because, you know, we're going to case it. Copy and selectively edit what you need to make your card. Okay, so we need a card base and whichever. So these are my pieces. So we need I don't have everything yet. Sorry, I don't have everything. So let me grab everything. A little slow. Okay, so we need a card base because we started doing everything. So I'm going to pull out, I'm going to go a shade. What are the colors in here again? I think that one will be a little too dark. So let me go a shade darker than Petal Pink. So, oh, there's so many options. So many. So let's go with Pretty in Pink because I really do love Pretty in Pink. Let's see. It's a little darker, but I think it'll be fun. So, or can I go? I could switch it up and do 2 tears, and then that way I stay in my pink tones. Because I thought we had Petal Pink. Hang on. Give me a second here. Maybe we used it all. Let me just double check something. because we are using gold, we're not going to use a gold background. Oh, we can use crumb cake. We can use crumb cake. So we used two-tone, but I should have some left over. Thought we had petal pink. Yeah, we do. Okay, we'll stick with petal pink. And I'm going to pull out my leftover scraps from the retreat. Because there's so many. Literally so many. Okay, now we're good. I think we're good. Although she did not, she used basic white, so we'll do that. Okay, so we need a card front. So our card front is going to be 5.5 by 4 1/4. So I did start cutting my pieces to see if I could replicate it, because my goal, I could not heat emboss, and I was like, oh my gosh, what are the chances of that happening, right? And I don't have any more. Oh wait, I do. It's right here. I do love you. Okay, and then I have a card base. Okay, so this is gonna go here, this is gonna go here on top. And then I need, so I was gonna use petal pink, but then I remembered there was that. So I need 2 strips. We're gonna go, this is what? 1.5? Okay. So I'm just gonna cut this down. I'm gonna cut it down to 1.5 because we don't need a lot. So our two-tone cardstock is, the difference between two-tone cardstock, which comes in 12 by 12, by the way, and your standard cardstock is 1 thickness. Our cardstock is a lot thicker than our two-tone cardstock. And then the other thing is the core. Our cardstock is colored through and through, whereas two-tone cardstock, because here you'll see one side's dark and one side's light, but in our case for the virtual card retreat, you get half 6 by 12 of each color. It's not. It has a white core, and I'll show you what I mean as we go through and I show you this technique. It's I really love this technique. It turned out to be a very pretty and elegant card, but damn did Sarah make us do a lot of heat embossing. Okay, so I'm going to use, because the 2 stamp sets that come obviously with this kit, which I've shared with you before, doesn't have the words that'll fit nicely in here. So I am pulling out I thought of that too. Thanks, Shell. Yeah, I was like crumb cake or basic beige, right? So we are going to use crumb cake ink though. So I think that'll work great. So I'm going to pull out the exclusive stamp set. So the other stamp set we got in the virtual card retreat kit, which you can still buy, and you'll just get a link to the Facebook page because it's there forever until Facebook kicks you out. Or 30 days. The videos are there for 30 days, but they said they're going to download them and then move them to YouTube, so you have full access for at least a year. So this set also came with it, which actually is part of our online exclusives. So we got an early release in our kit. So you can buy that one later or buy the virtual card retreat kit and get both. So we're going to use this one because it works better compared to was given in the suite. So I'm just twisting that up. Okay, so these are 1.5 by 4 1/4. These are just 1/2 inch strips. These are 1 inch strips. They're all 4 1/4. This one underneath the white is a square, 4 1/4, because you need 4 1/4 wide. Then we have your card base and a layer. So for the most part, that's it. And then you need a flip flap. So this is a 3-inch flip flap. And then you need pieces to go inside your flip flap. So like I said, I want to use the ephemera pack. So I'm not, because we're using this. And my heat tool died. So we're going to experiment and use this instead. Okay, so in this, we'll do this part last. Let's get our stamping done, because that'll make life way easier. So we're not stamping that. We're not stamping this, but we are stamping these. So there, I'll move that out of the way. So we're gonna stamp on these. So we have 2 strips. These are 1 inch by 4 1/4. And then we have 3 strips that are a 1/2 inch each. Now, did I cut these in order? I probably did. I'm just weird that way. Maybe, yep. Okay, so this is the way I cut it. I know this is not necessary, by the way. It's just me. Like, you're splitting it up anyway. What difference does it make? So I don't know why I'm being OCD. So let's pull out our stamp set. We got that. By the way, I'm loving the fact that our stamp sets are in pouches now, because going to crop, I'm literally not packing cases. I just saved myself a bag, which is awesome. So we're gonna take this, like it all fit in one case. So we're gonna take the striped along the bottom there, and I'm just gonna lay that flat so I can get it to go into its shape. And then I'm gonna pick this up and, oh shoot, I already packed it. Let me go get it. I'm gonna grab crumb cake as, I'm gonna grab crumb cake, and I don't know what happened to my crumb cake, but it started like peeling there for some reason. Look at my, has that ever happened to you? How do you fix it, right? Okay, so you have 2 options. You can, because this is 4 1/4, and look how wide my stamp is. It almost fits. It pretty much fits. So you can take the whole thing and lay it flat right on top, making sure you can find the center. So it doesn't fully fit, but it's enough. So then I'm gonna lay that flat, and hopefully I'm straight. There it is. And there it is. So it actually did pretty good. Now the other option you can do is, if your piece is longer, you can ink up your piece, find the center or close to, because if your piece is longer, then you can ink up one and then ink it up again. So you get half, and then come over here to the other side and do the other half. And then you get the other half. So that's your 2. So you can do either way. So it just depends how long your piece is. Now, if your piece is shorter than the stamp, then obviously you don't need to do that. So so there I used almost all of it. And then here, we're just gonna touch it up a bit. There. So there's that. So we're gonna do that. Like, you could do tone on tone as well. I don't know if petal pink will show up. Let's see. So if we go and use, I'm gonna try using it. See if it works. Congrats. And we'll need a smallie. So I'll grab a small block. And then we're just gonna, I don't know how much ink I have. So it looks a little dry. So let's see. So I'm gonna try and stamp congrats on one side. I forgot we were supposed to do tone on tone, but I do like that. Congrats. There we go. So I should have did these in petal pink. Sorry. But I wanted to show how you can change it up. Congrats. And then this one needs congrats. I could pick any of the words, but congrats I really like, because I would definitely use this as a birthday card or a baby shower card, wedding card. You could use it for wedding, anything. Bridal shower. I have a bridal shower coming up. I have to make a baby book. Okay, so there we go. So we have the congrats. And we have our 3 stamps. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it. It shows that she used tone on tone, but I'm just gonna leave it like this. So this is gonna layer like so. Okay? How's that look? Perfect. Okay, so easy peasy. This is going to be quick and easy. Now, two-tone. We're also going to need, I'm going to show you the difference. So I have two-tone here, and then I also have cardstock. So we're going to tear. How many of you have done tearing before? So this is our regular cardstock. So if I was to tear it, just like this, which is what we're going to do, you will see that you can see pink, like the color itself, all the way through. There is no white. So that's when I say the core is the same color. Now we take our two-tone paper and do the same. And when you tear, go slow. You don't need to rip fast. You just want to get that motion. And if you want more of a wave or whatever, then you do that. Now you leave one hand there and then you just pull with the other. And now look, you can see white coming through that. Yeah, oh, so when you watch before bed, I watched it this morning and made the card. So now you can see the two differences, right? You see? Okay, so that's one. We don't need this one. I'm gonna chuck it so that I don't forget. And then we're gonna tear this one. Oh, that sun is, wow, it's been a long time since the sun has shined through my window. I have two 6x6 windows and it's finally coming through. Okay, there we go. There is our cards. So now we're just gonna take our square here and our other piece, and I just roughly gauged. So this is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So it's about a 1/2 inch on either side. And we're just gonna glue all of this together. I have done some tearing. Yeah, awesome. It's fun, right? Okay, so using whatever adhesive, in the video, Sarah showed us how she turned this whole thing into a piece of gold. And I was like, that's crazy. When we sell gold and you're actually like gold foiled paper and you're actually like telling us to emboss gold onto, like emboss a whole big piece like this, it was like, wow. Anyway, I mean, she has a valid point. So then we're gonna do that. So then this will go onto our card front like so. And then our tear pieces will go right underneath. So then now you see how that look now changes. Okay. Now I like to build mine down and then up. So I'm just going to run a piece of seal along each edge, or you could put tear tape or liquid glue, whatever your preference is. And then I'm going to take this end and I'm just going to line it up to what I like, how much of that petal pink I want showing. Okay, so roughly there, and it should fit because it's 4 1/4 each. I measured it. And then we're going to do the other end. I'm right-handed, so I prefer to flip my paper, then leave it on the other side. Okay, and then we're good. So there's our two. And then this is just literally going to glue to the front, like so, which we can do right now. Yeah, let's do that. We'll glue it on right now. So then again, just going to use my tear tape as much or as little as you like. Now, because I did heat emboss the other piece, it was very bendy, so I used quite a bit of glue because I didn't want it to move around too much. I needed it to go flat and get the wave out of the paper that the heat tool created. Okay, so there you go. So that is our base. So now these, we need a strip here. We're going to dry fit because we want to, like, she had an 1/8 of an inch gap between each one. I just eyeballed it. So I just want to make sure these are centered. and that I have enough space to show the gold in between all of them. And I want it to be as even as I can get it. But I also want to make sure there's enough white, right? Like the white is equal all the way through. So we're going like this. So that's roughly about where we want to be. So I'm going to do my 3 strips first, because then I can use my 1-inch strips to even it out in the end. So I'm going to take my 1-inch strip and I'm going to add my adhesive. I'm just adding it on the ends because I'm using Seal Plus. I don't need a lot. Okay, and I'm going to leave about, I'd say, 1/4 inch of the white. So that way we get narrow strips of gold in between. Does that make sense? She used an actual piece of cardstock to figure it out. I was like, wow, that's crazy. So impressive, I should say. That's impressive. So we're gonna just, oh, I can actually use my grid paper, my grid, but I just looked at it and noticed it. Okay. That doesn't look straight. I thought I was going straight. So let's try that again. It's just that the sun is being a pain. There we go. Okay, and then we have our congrats there. Congrats here. And then we just have the one more. Oh, my piece looks a little longer, so that's fine. I'll just trim it. Okay, and then we'll grab this. It quickly goes together. If you have all your pieces cut already, of course. Oops, I can see some adhesive sticking up there. So clean that up a bit. Okay, there's our 3. And then I'm going to do this one. That one I'm not going to do because that is where we're going to put our shaker. So all these cards were created apparently by Melody. She's one of the designers at Stampin' Up! Head office. She's also a demonstrator. So she's been there, I don't know, what did she say, 20+ years or something? Sometimes the foil is sold out. Oh yes, she said she really liked the vintage look, which is why she used it. More of a, you know, rustic kind of look. It is, because when you look here, you can see that it does look way different than, say, gold foil. It has more texture to it. So she's very right. So at the retreat, we filled this with a bunch of die-cut flowers. I do have a lot left over, but we also have a bunch of these circles, so I might use that. But let's get our ephemera packs out. And I swear in here, I thought I saw a bunch of, there was a few circles, so we'll grab those. Let's see, here it is on this sheet. These 2. Okay, so let's grab these 2. So I'm gonna punch out all these circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they're different sizes. Some are small, some are big. You can maybe see that there. And I know the kit had 9, so let's see how big these look. I might put 9, 10, 12, not sure. So I'm just gonna pick these up. And where's the pouch? There it is. Drop them in. Okay, see how much we got there. Definitely need more. So we'll add, maybe we'll add them all. I mean, they're cute. 1, 2. Yeah, let's add them all. So that's 12. Not like it matters. Okay, so we'll grab all of these and throw it inside. Where's the opening? There. So there's that one there that's flipped. So I'll flip that through. Grab a few. They're so small. Nice and thick though. I'm telling you, this vellum is super thick. Love it. And we got 3 more. Let's see how full our pouch is. Okay. And there we go. And then I think I'm going to add these dots. And, oh, there's some hearts. So let's grab, these were all the ones that were punched out, along with my others in there left over from the cards we made this week. So these hearts were from one of the die cuts. So we'll add a bunch of these. That's probably enough. So let's put that inside the pouch as well. And that'll be our shaker card. So there is our shaker card. Okay, so yes, let's add a few more. I think I got a few more. Just feel like it's, or we could add, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I know, I just thought of it. Kind of need a couple big chunky pieces. So, oh, I got an idea. Let me just pick out a couple more hearts though. I have no clue how many are in there. Now, so, because I just grabbed a bunch of scrap. I'm going to add, let me double check. Oh, now we're losing pieces. Let's see. I'm just checking to see what other sizes we have. Okay, I'm going to use these two. So I'm going to dump these two in there. And then, oh, I already used the other two. Okay, so let's see what else we can add. That one's too big. That one's cute, but it's just too big. Oh, let's do this one. And we'll add this one. Oh, I missed one. Haha. Okay, so let's add these in there, or it fell out. It probably fell out, right? Okay. So we're gonna add this in there. And then this here. And a couple leaves. So then we have a variety of sizes that just kind of make it a little more chunky. There we go. Sorry, I'm just trying to spread it out so you see it all in there. Awesome, I like it. Okay, so those are the pieces, whereas here we die cutted a couple pieces from foil. I had to use normal foil, but we were supposed to use the square foil, and then a bunch of die cut 4-leaf flowers. Okay, so that is our pouch. So how do we put that pouch on? So this pouch is gonna sit underneath here like this, and then come the front. Now it's super low, so we're gonna fold it some more because otherwise it's actually sitting at the bottom of the card, which is too big. So I'm going to try and, now my pieces are bigger than what she used, so I'm going to go a little, let's see, it's not spreading out. Why is it all in a clump right now? So let's help it along here and spread it out a bit so then I know how much height I need, and then we'll go from there. So I would say roughly there. So I don't know how much that is. Well, it's almost the whole width of that flap. So depending how big your pieces are will depend on where you need to go. So we're just using the flap as our guide. So I'm going to score there. So I'm going to make a new score line, not a cut line, but a new score line, which is roughly here. So I'm just going to go a few times to make sure it actually scores. And it did. Okay. So then I'm going to fold along that score line. Did it score it? Sometimes you have to push harder. There it is. Okay. And then, yeah. Oh, it didn't score very good. So let me try that again. Let me try it again. It didn't score very well. So my DSP was supposed to arrive yesterday for our DSP share, and it didn't. said delayed. So it's supposed to arrive today. So I hope it comes before I leave for my crop. So it might be what I'll be doing at crop tomorrow, is cutting paper. It's a lot to bring though, so we'll see. Okay, so now we just need our bone folder, and we're just gonna smooth that out some more. And then I'm gonna cut this off because we don't need it. It's too much. So let's just take our paper trimmer and just slide that piece, and it's garbage. And now we're ready to add that in. So let's do a quick dry fit to make sure we're okay. And yep, much better. Super like it. It's a lot shorter. And then we still gotta put our sentiment and our flowers there, so it works. Okay, so now let's add this. So to add this on, we're just gonna add adhesive to the back. So I would definitely use Seal Plus or Tear Tape, because you just need the strength. Okay, I don't think liquid glue could handle it, but hey, what do I know? Okay, and I'm just gonna like put that close to the edge. Oh, am I in? Need some pink? Yeah, right? Oh yes. What, you know, like if I was to tell you, you definitely need pink. You definitely need pink in, okay, I can't do that way. I gotta do it up. It's just not my style. So, I would definitely have pink, some greens, at least one red, real red, or strawberry slush, old olive, pool party. You know, those are standard basic ones. What else is there? Your neutrals, crumb cake, basic black, basic white, etc. Anyway, but pink, yes. There's so many shades of pink though. Well, actually no, there's only a few. I guess there's all the way to the dark. What would be our darkest shade of pink? Would that be Melon Mambo? I would probably say Melon Mambo would be our darkest shade of pink. It's like a bright pink, like neon pink. It's a great summer color. Okay, I chose to use Tear Tape for this one because I want to seal it, and I want to make sure that that's sealed really well, right? Okay, and then we're going to add, I forgot, we need some, I'm going to put a little bit of tape here to hold it down, right, to hold our pouch down, and then, which, you know, is going to get covered, by the way. And then we're going to, oh, so sticky, which is fantastic, not complaining. And then we're going to add this to our card. Yeah, this piece for some reason is a little longer. Guess my cutting skills aren't so great. Oops. Neither are my trimming skills today. Okay, there we go. Now it's kind of flapping a bit, so I'm just gonna add a little strip there to just hold it down. And then now we have a cute little shaker. It'll move on its own, don't worry. The static will release and everything will disappear, and then you're good to go. So let's grab our flowers. So we got that one, and I'm gonna use this big gold one again. So we have this big gold one, and then we have this one, which I think we'll use because there's no smaller one, I don't think. I don't think there's a smaller one. Oh, but look at this. There's this. I like this pattern. I'm going to pull this strip out. You can't see the word congrats very much, but that's just, you know, bringing out more DSP look. And then I think I might add this in here. We're going to add this strip here. And then this one's going to go up more. And then this one here. Yo, I'm winging it. This is just, oh, maybe we'll switch the flowers. I'll put that one there and then the gold over here. Just to break that up a bit. What do you think? I'm trying to block the sun. I think I like that better. And then leaves. We need leaves. Fallen leaves, fallen leaves. Oh, here's a couple. Might just need one. Put that up here. Maybe. Yep. Like so. Because we have leaves inside the pouch. And then we need a sentiment to go across. So let's find one. Congrats, congrats. Let's see, which one do we want to use? We don't want to use that one because this one has a little thing on there and we already got that established. Oh, there's also this one. I could have used that one too. Anyway, okay, so it looks like we will have to use, or we create, oh, I can't create my own. Darn it. We could use this and trim it and put that there. Let's see. Okay. So this is vellum, which means ink will, our ink is water soluble. So, because it's a water-based ink, it will take for a lot longer to dry because it's vellum. I'm just checking to see if there's another pattern I can use for the sentiment. No. So I think I'm going to use, now correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, because you know just as well as I do, stays on. So, because I think that will dry a lot quicker than the regular. So, sorry, I have a sheet here to keep everything together. So that's why I wanted to make sure that was on the bottom. Then everything just goes in this and then we're good. Okay. So with stays on as well, you need to make sure you clean it right away. So I got my stays on ink cleaner. And then, where is my stays on? There it is. Oh no, that's the cleaning pad. Oh, there it is. Stays on. Thoughts, suggestions, feel free to share. Okay, so we're gonna do, I think, let's see if it fits first. I guess that is the question. Because if it doesn't fit, then we're in trouble. Or I take from the other pack. So I wanted to use Happy Birthday, but I don't think it's gonna fit. Yep, it's not gonna fit. Okay, and then the other ones are way too tall. So if we use the word congrats, we can, but then I can also just fussy cut around it instead, which also is an option because it seems that these are too long. And if I use the ones from the other set, which is, where did it go? Forever Florals. Those ones are way too big. Fabulous Things, Hope. Where did I put those two? Where did I put the other stamp set? It was just here. I lost it. Lost it. Oh, there they are. They're over here. Sorry. Congrats. Yeah, none of these fit. So, okay, we're not going to use that. We're going to have to go on white. Boo. Okay. And I can't do the gold, but I can do a gold piece at the end if I wanted to. So we'll just stick with the word congrats wherever it went. And like suggested, we will use, yes, that's true. Saison would work on Petal Pink as well. So we'll use Crumb Cake and congrats. And then we'll just add a piece of gold if we want on the end. That is another option. So I'll stamp that. Oh, I forgot to clean it. So let's see if it works. Which way? Here. Congrats. And then I can just take, if we want, we could add a piece of foil or gold foil on the end. So let me see. We can, because you know I got tons of scraps, so it's not a big deal. Is it the same width? Let's see. Nope, it's just slightly smaller. Oh, I could cut it down. So we could do that. So let's take a small piece. So let's do yeah, let's do 1/2 inch. Do 1/2 inch, and then we can stick that right there like she did. You know, we're just being creative and using what we've got. That's the best part. So hope this is inspiring you to use what you have. Let's get that on straight though. Let's make sure you can see me, right? That sun is like, wow. It always scares me though, because really, when it's that bright out, it means it's that cold out. Let's get these on out of the way because I don't need it. Oh, I can't believe it. After all these years, my heat tool goes. And you know what? I meant to buy another one just in case. I always keep telling myself, get another heat tool because eventually this one's going to conk out. And I've dropped it. And I've dropped it multiple times throughout the years. Don't think I haven't, because I have. And we're just trying to trim this so it's the same. I probably should use my paper trimmer just to make sure I'm straight, because I have more lines on there. Okay, there we go. We are good. We are good. We are good. So that covers up quite a bit of the flower, so we can go a little higher if we want and drop this a little lower. I really like that piece, so we're not gonna flag it because I like that piece. And we'll go like that. Okay, that's the last of it. So let's get some embellishments on there. Oh yeah, they're already all packed. So let me grab them. Oh, I guess I pulled one out this morning, and then I made this card this morning. So then I put that embellishments somewhere. Oh, I'm just gonna start a new pack. Okay, so we'll put a couple. Let's see. Okay, this guy's gonna go flat first, so let's put him down. So we'll add adhesive to the back of this. I don't really care if it's hanging over because we're gonna stick a bunch of stuff on it. So it's gonna go right about there. I just want it hanging off the bag, hanging off the bag a little bit. And then we want our gold, this flower. Put a couple pieces on there. And we want, just gotta make sure I know where this is going. So this is going right about there. Then we want our flower right about there. Okay, and then we want our next flower right about there. Now the other thing I can do is cut that flower so it's showing on both sides, but I'm not gonna bother. So we could do that. So I'm gonna be crazy here and cut that flower so that we can see some of it up top and then some of it on the bottom. But we gotta be careful because we don't want to be obvious that we cut it on that side either. So let's just put a little bit of adhesive on it. And then a Pop-Tart on the back. And then try and stick that on here like so that it goes there. And then some on the bottom of this one. Oh, I'm like, where's my what do you call, oh, wrong side. Where's my what do you call it? Silicone mat. That's what I was trying to say. I'll clean that off after. stick that there. And it's gonna go on to the bottom. There. Actually, that looks kind of funny, so we'll just pull it up a bit. Make it look like a third flower. No, that looks weird. So we'll just use half. We'll just use half. That looked weird. Okay, so that goes right about, we'll just leave it 1/8 of an inch off to the side. And then this guy needs to be in there. So let's grab a mini glue dot. Stick that here in the back. Like so. Oh, I think I really like it. Okay, so this one's just a wee bit crooked. And then we just need a couple dimensionals on that one. Although, hang on. I have to go a little higher because I had adhesive there. Oh, I like it. What do you think so far? So this is casing what we made yesterday. And when I saw it, I was like, totally got to do it. But I feel like we need just a little something along the bottom. So let me grab, where did I stick them? Let me grab that ephemera pack somewhere here. Where did I put the ephemera pack? It was like right here. Oh, there it is. I feel like we need something else on the bottom there. And I saw this, so maybe this will work. Or we could also add jewels. Embellishments, I should say. I don't think she put embellishments. Did you see embellishments in there, Christine? I don't think I saw embellishments. No, that one won't work. Let's see if we add a gold flower or gold leaf. I'll shove that back in later. Just because the bottom looks a little blah. Okay, that works. So we'll add that in. And the mini glue dots again. Okay, so we found out during the virtual retreat that Sarah, our CEO, does not like mini glue dots. She's like, can I talk about something? So we're like a little controversial. We're like, what's controversial at Stampin' Up? She does not like glue dots. I was like, what? So I thought that was kind of weird. Okay. Last but not least, we need a few embellishments. So we'll grab the pink here. And then we are done. Just a second here. I'm going to make